Welcome to the Seven Figure Leaders podcast. This podcast was created to celebrate the success stories of seven-figure business owners, giving them a platform to share their insights and lessons learned in order to inspire other business owners. As well as that, it's an opportunity to build new connections. So if you're a seven-figure business owner or someone who works with seven-figure business owners and you're looking for introductions to potential stakeholders, strategic partners and clients, I'd love to hear from you or have you on as a guest and see if I can help make those connections for you. Just go to synergycfosolutions.co. That's synergycfosolutions.co and click podcast. And there you'll find the link to apply. Welcome. And today we've got Michalis Michael from Listening 24/7. Welcome, Michalis.
Hi, Tom. Thanks for having me.
Pleasure to have you. So best place to start, why don't you give us an overview of what you do and who you help?
Sure. Listening 24/7 is a platform that produces ads for small and medium businesses in an automated way. We have our own AI models, both classical models. We have over 120 of them to tag social media posts and comments from customers with sentiment, topics, and brands. And therein lies the unique differentiator of Listening 24/7. Instead of having a human prompt a Gen AI to produce an image or a video clip for an ad, it's the conversations of the customers of our clients, the small and medium brands, that produce those prompts for a caption and for an image.
Well, that sounds really interesting. Can you give us an example of a client you've helped and kind of what their problem was and what you did for them, and taking it through your process?
Yeah. So this is early days. The tool is in beta, but we have clients who are co-creating with us. One example, there's a company in the US which is it's more of a medium-sized kind of company, about 200-300 million revenue per year, and they produce. They're in the health and wellness space. They produce massage guns and LED masks for cosmetic purposes, and we gather social media posts for their brands and their competitors, and we produce. Every time we refresh the data, we produce 400 advertising ideas for them. Theoretically, we could have produced the finished product, the ad that can be published on Facebook or on Instagram, but we're careful with brand guidelines and the do's and don'ts of the brand. So we're learning and we are customizing the AI. And while we do that, we just provide the ideas and the inspiration, which they then give to their production team who produce the video clips, the carousels, and so on. Now, what the benefit for them is that we cover market research and ideation in one go, and it's always on, and they can become much more efficient than they currently are. So if they're currently producing 10 or 20 ads every month, with our technology, they can move to hundreds of ads every month. What we're trying to prove, which is intuitive, but we haven't yet, we don't have the data yet, is that our ads generate more sales than the ads that they were using before based on their own information, knowledge, and intuition. But the cost benefit is there for sure. The efficiency benefit is there for sure. All that's left is to prove that these ads that are based on customer comments produce more sales than others.
That's really interesting. And so what is the economics of how your business model works? Do you get paid up front or do you get paid on results?
It's a subscription based model, and when we have a direct relationship with the small or medium business, um, it's we have monthly subscriptions. We have 3 plans, and they're based on how many ads per month we produce, and also how many social media posts we gather, because we have a data cost. But we're moving towards installing listening 24/7, and we call it Da Vinci. The app itself that will be installed on various marketplaces is called Da Vinci, from Data and Da Vinci, and so those plans that are fully automated with no human touch will be way cheaper than the ones we have with the consulting aspect.
I see. Okay. And what's your background and how did you get into this?
Well, academic background is aerospace engineering from Germany, but my first job was in marketing research, and I have been since then for 20 years. I've been a corporate executive in market research, running multi-country P&Ls in Central Eastern Europe at first with Sinovate. Sinovate was an Aegis PLC company. Aegis is now owned by Dentsu. Sinovate was acquired by Ipsos, all big multinationals. And my last job before I started my own business out of London was in the US. I was there for 5 years. First with Sinovate, and then with a business called RGIS out of Michigan.
Okay, I see. And so where are you at? I know we talked about this last time we spoke, but perhaps you can share a bit about kind of where the business is at in its growth journey and the plans that you've got for the future.
Yeah. So we completed our first institutional funding round at the beginning of 2024. It was a seed round from an investor from South Africa, an endowment fund of a university. And now we're in the process of raising pre-Series A to finish the product. The Da Vinci is in beta right now. It's being used by a number of clients, but it will also be introduced on Shopify, which is very exciting. And this way we will go to market to 2.7 million merchants, stores, online stores, which is the perfect feed for what we are offering. All these companies on Shopify.
And what does the team look like at the moment?
You mean size?
Yeah, size of the team and kind of elaborating on who you've got and what your plans
Okay.
are. Yeah.
All right. So we have always been a remote first company, and we have our software engineers are in Serbia, and we have one in the Ukraine, and our customer success team is split between Serbia and South Africa. We're a total of 18 people right now. And we have one person in the US, our CXO, and we have our admin director in Cyprus, data science in Thailand. So yeah, we're all over the place. A small team, but we try to find talent wherever we can at the best possible cost or price.
Yeah, good idea. And so obviously you've got quite a few people in the team already. How have you grown to the point you've got to without funding? And
Well, okay. Before, so this was a pivot. The seed round to play in the global digital media space, which is a $1 trillion market, was a pivot. Before that, Listening 24/7 was doing exactly what the name denotes. It was a social media listening and analytics platform, but we still generate revenue from that. We have multiple partners, market research agencies, even a global one of the biggest in the top three, uses Listening 24/7 as their preferred social media listening solution. So we generate revenue from what we now call the legacy product, which is data and customer insights. It's another way to do market research, which is my background, but the customer opinion we get is unsolicited, as opposed to asking questions in a survey, which we call the solicited customer opinion.
I see. Okay, brilliant. And so as you know, my background is in finance and I'm a finance person. So naturally I'm interested in the kind of the financy
Yeah.
questions. So yeah, I'm interested in understanding whether you've been through any periods that put significant pressure on cash flow or profitability, or whether you're still trying to get to that point
Yes.
and kind of what you're doing or plan to do to navigate that.
Yes. Yes. Uh, on and off, we have been under cash flow pressure, and we manage this in different ways. We push to increase revenue. We raise a round. I make a loan to the company as the director. So we cover that. We don't have a CFO yet. I don't think that the business can afford a CFO at the moment. I'm not so much, and I'm interested in your opinion as well. I don't buy into the fractional idea of a very senior person. I don't know. I think to be part of a startup like we are, you need to live and breathe the business. Um, and that's why we haven't hired a senior person yet. But the moment we get to Series A, we will definitely do that.
Yeah, that's interesting. Well, I think that hiring someone on a fractional basis means that you do get access to the expertise without having to pay full price for it. So I think if you've got the expertise in house, then you don't need to find it on a fractional basis.
Mhm.
But if you don't have it in house, then the cost of not hiring someone or working with someone can be significant. Obviously, it depends on the role as to what those you know the mistakes could be. But in the case of the finances, because that's kind of my area, the cost of making a wrong decision or the cost of not making a data driven decision and guessing based on how much money is in the bank account can be really significant. For a
Yeah,
business owner that perhaps isn't a numbers person and doesn't really know the difference between, let's say, profit and cash, or if you haven't modeled out where your cash
yeah,
flow is likely to head over the next few months,
yeah,
especially in the case of startups that are unprofitable and have raised money
yeah,
in order to help them manage the runway until they become profitable. If you don't accurately model out how long that cash is going to last, then you can get yourself into quite a lot of trouble. So if you
yeah.
can't do it in house, then getting someone to do it for you on a fractional basis, I think, does help. But then again, I am biased.
Yeah, no, you do have a point. Yeah.
Yeah. And so, what's next for the business growth plans?
Yeah, so we will be uh, a an app on Shopify in February, and we're focusing on that right now. And we want to get in front of 2.7 million stores online, and grow exponentially. We are in the middle of a fundraising round now, which it has some conditions. So when the Shopify app is launched, then we'll have another round, and then hopefully our traction will allow us to raise a Series A sometime uh, towards the third quarter of 2026.
And what will that allow you to do? What will you do with that cash in order to grow the business? Is it
The
okay? So
Series the Series A.
Yeah, well, to start with the Series A, and then the
Yeah,
Series B. But what's
yeah,
the
yeah.
plan to do with the cash? Is it building team capacity, or is it building the marketing engine?
It's building the engine, and there is a cost to buy the data because everything is based on data, right? So we gather millions of posts in any language, and it's these posts that produce the creatives that nobody else can think of or see or produce or need months to produce. So the data has a cost. Then there's engineering and data science that will take a big part of it. But then the rest, especially at Series A, so the next two rounds will be mostly engineering and data science and data. And then the Series A will be more about sales and marketing. We will get on more platforms. Hopefully, we'll get on Amazon, on Salesforce, on HubSpot, on all these platforms that have app marketplaces. But then again, we want to try out digital advertising, the B2B sales model that involves SDRs and AEs, sales development representatives and account executives. All of that will be, we'll have, we'll try out which are the best ways to go to market. But my sense is that Shopify will be a great success, and that's probably what we will end up doing, focusing on us being an app or rather small and micro businesses, like a one-person business could use us.
So could I use that for my business, for example?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. As long as there are a couple of thousand posts online in the last 30 days about you and your competitors, or whatever the keywords are that you want to gather for.
So in my case, for example, I post once a day on LinkedIn.
Mhm.
I mean, that's probably pretty much it in terms of posts that mention me. But if I find all the other posts from all the other fractional CFOs, would that be included or not?
Um, we count the comments, not just the posts that you post. So we would have to see how many you have, and then the keywords that we use to gather, they define the cost, because every keyword has a lot of homonyms. A homonym is a word that is spelled the same but means something else, and so we have to make sure that we don't invite a lot of noise around your category. So we would first, yours is a bit different than what we usually go for, but definitely, and LinkedIn is not one of our first platforms. Meta is Facebook, Instagram, and Reddit. We do LinkedIn on a consulting basis, but we can have a talk after this podcast, and we can figure out what makes sense for you.
Okay, sounds good. Well, we'll make it very easy for anyone who's interested to get in touch with you. Anything else you want to share before we wrap up?
Just that, like a plug for a book that I'm about to publish. The manuscript is with the publishers, Francis and Taylor in New York, but it will take them until May to publish it. The name of the book is AI Powered Insights: Marketing Research Reconfigured, and I have a co-author, my former boss from Sinovate, Nikos Orsidis, who was also with me when we started Digital MR, the company that owns Listening 24/7. So someone I have worked with for the last 30 years, and we decided to write a book about it, about the past, the present, and the future of insights.
Okay, great. Well, we'll make it very easy for anyone to get in touch with you on LinkedIn or in your website in the show notes. But yeah, Michalis Michael, Listening 24/7. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom.
Thanks for listening. As I mentioned at the beginning of the episode, this podcast was created to celebrate the success stories of seven-figure business owners, giving them a platform to share their insights and lessons learned in order to inspire other business owners. As well as that, it's an opportunity to build new connections. So if you're a seven-figure business owner or someone who works with seven-figure business owners and you're looking for introductions to potential stakeholders, strategic partners and clients, I'd love to hear from you or have you on as a guest and see if I can help make those connections for you. Just go to synergycfosolutions.co. That's synergycfosolutions.co and click podcast. On that page, you'll find the link to apply.